The first thing we're going to do is brown the meat. Let's turn this up a little bit more. Browning the meat means you're cooking the meat almost all the way that it appears brown, okay? And while that's going, I'll introduce other ingredients, okay? And then we're gonna add seasoning to this meat after it's browned. Now we're gonna use a normal, basic, store-bought, very cheap seasoning package. So that's still cooking. So I am going to add the seasoning right now, okay? And we're gonna just take our little scissors, kitchen scissors, and cut this open. Because these packages, for some reason, are very hard to get open with your fingers. So what I want you to know is sometimes you can alter the process from what the package says. A lot of people think that these packages are too salty. If it's too salty for you, or you're watching your sodium content, then you can read the back of packages and you can use less. And you can also, like I said, make your own seasoning mix with the different peppers and cumin and even cinnamon. And you can adjust it to your liking. Less salt, a little bit hotter with some cayenne, some red pepper, whatever you like, okay? So next thing we want to do is drain our beans. We're going to do all the messy stuff first. These are black beans. A lot of kids don't like beans. A lot of kids do like beans. I like them. You're going to use your very good can opener. This is a really good tip to know. This is the OXO brand, and they make very good can openers. Now, world's deadliest weapon, guys, is always a can lid, okay? So I always keep mine attached, and then I fold it down after I've rinsed the can and throw it into the recycling. I'm going to go off camera now just to rinse my beans. So the beans are rinsed, okay? It's always good to rinse your beans or anything that comes in a can, but usually it's all fine, the liquid that it's been stored in, but you know, sometimes if it's been in a can for a while, it could get mushy, and that mushiness makes the water kind of milky, so you want to rinse your stuff out so your food has a clean taste, okay? And it also helps with the texture. I'm moving things around in the pan so that the hot part of the pan is in contact with the meat. I like when you're doing this kind of thing, or even an Italian thing, a pasta dish, I like using a big flat pan, so there's a lot of surface area for your food to come in contact with heat. Okay, so that's going. The next thing we're going to prepare, the second messiest thing, this is iceberg lettuce, okay? My father used to call this crunchy water. It's actually old-fashioned, where they used to take at the steakhouse. They take a wedge of iceberg lettuce and cover it with blue cheese crumbles and bacon. Very delicious, very crispy. Iceberg lettuce is one of those things that is refreshing. So if you're eating a heavy meat meal, it just adds a little bit of refreshment. There's a little pro tip on how to clean a head of iceberg lettuce. You just take this. I'll try to do this on this plate. Let me move this over here. Okay. And you very firmly, I'm gonna do it down below, and then I'm gonna you take this iceberg lettuce with the little nub down, and you hit it like that firmly. When you smash it down like that, it loosens up this knob, and then you can just pull it right out with your fingertips. Easy peasy. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just take these outer leaves off, okay? Those are the ones that usually are going to be the dirtiest and have been banged around a little bit. So in any brown spots, I'm going to take that right off. And I had one student yesterday that never cleaned a head of lettuce before, so I said, go rinse it under some water and shake it out and bring it back. He filled this whole hole with water and brought it back to me, and whenever I went to use it, I flipped it over and all this water came gushing out of it. It was really funny. I don't think he meant to do that, but it's just a really funny thing. He was just like, I was so confused. I've never done this before. I'm like, that's okay. So I'm going to rinse this off real quick. I'll be right back. So I have my lettuce in a bowl right here, okay? So far I've done 2 ingredients, all prepped, the beans and the lettuce. The meat is coming along very nicely. And again, you can use any meat you like. Some people are vegetarians or vegan. And if you are, you can use just various different beans. You can use tofu. The meat eaters, you can use chicken, fish tacos, anything you like. Traditionally, I like beef in mine. Next ingredient to prep is the cheese. Now I just went and got this cheese at the Giant Eagle. It's already prepared for Mexican food. It's cheddar, different kinds of cheddar, and sharp cheese, okay? You need a sharp cheese or even a seasoned cheese. Sharp cheddar to me tastes really good. But if you go to a restaurant, you can get queso, which is the word for cheese. You can get queso blanco. You can get fresh white cheese, and you can also get creamy cheeses. If you like nacho cheeses, that's fine too. Whatever kind of dairy product you want is fine. Now this meat is done. Okay, everything's cooking, everything's cooked. So I'm gonna turn my flame off. Okay, good, very good. I'm gonna take this meat, it's done, okay? I hope you guys can see it, okay? And I'm gonna set this whole apparatus off to the side for right now because I'm gonna do some chopping. All right, so avocado. I don't know if any of you have had an avocado. It's the most delicious thing in the whole wide world, okay? I like avocado, straight avocado on my Mexican food. I also like guacamole too. Guacamole is made from avocados. And tomatoes and different garlic. So you go like this all the way around your avocado with your knife. Wash your fingers, okay? Once you get all the way around, long ways, you twist it like this, okay? It's a beautiful thing. And then you can take your knife very carefully, okay? And just do a little chop, okay? Get it in there and twist it. Then it comes right out. That's another little tip, okay? And this avocado pit can be washed and carved, okay? I had a little bird around here somewhere where I put it. Anyways, I carved a little bird out of my avocado pit. It's really kind of nice, okay? So I'm gonna keep that to the side. Next thing you wanna do is take a spoon and go all around your edge of your avocado between the avocado fruit and the flesh. So you just go all the way around and scoops right out, okay? Now these avocado shells, you can actually rinse them, wash them, and let them dry. And they turn into these most beautiful, here's the artist in me, they dry out and make these beautiful shapes. And I actually use them in found art. You don't have to, it's kind of fun, okay? So I'm gonna put that off to the side. I'm gonna do the second one, and then we're gonna chop it up. Nice pieces. You don't have to chop it really tiny because avocado tastes really good. Remember I talked about mouthfeel? It just tastes really good in your mouth when you're eating it if there's a nice but good chunkiness to it. But I think it's nice to have a little fresh tomato. Chop off the ends. I don't like the little end pieces. Chop it in half long ways and quarter it. And again, so they're like this. And chop these into nice sized chunks. Again, if you chop them too small, you're gonna just have salsa, which is fine too. But we're trying to make something a little bit different than the salsa, which we will use later. Okay. So whenever you're doing a lemon or a lime, okay, first of all, we're very fortunate to have some fresh lime, which is nice. You can use lime juice instead too, or you can use a lemon. But you want to roll this because often a piece of fruit like this feels really hard. So you need to get those juices flowing inside that fruit. Just give it a roll, okay? So that's nice and squished up a little bit on the inside, okay? And then we're going to cut this. Goodness gracious, there we go. Guess my knife needs sharpening, which I'm going to do. So I'm gonna cut some wedges in my lime. This is like a regular taco sauce that you buy at the store, okay? For me, this tastes smoother than salsa. Salsa is more fresh vegetable, chunky tasting, very nice. This is a little bit smoother and a little tangier. This is a commercial product. Not necessary though. It's up to you if you like it or if you don't like it, okay? We're gonna use a little bit. Next one is I picked up these two things at the store just because they looked interesting to me. But these are some cream sauces. So you can use, there's several of them on the store shelves. This is a Baja Sauce, and this is a spicy ranchero. So they both are gonna taste kind of like ranchy, okay, if that makes any sense. Just really accents everything. A little dollop of sour cream is the bomb. We have a cleaned out pan here. We have 3 kinds of tortillas that we're going to show you. This is a corn tortilla. Not my favorite, just me, okay? Some people love corn tortillas. We have a medium sized, that was medium sized. This is a medium sized flour tortilla. Now, these are interesting to me, I love them. These are called street tacos. They're also a soft taco, but they're smaller. And if you ever watch any food shows or travel or even go out to a restaurant that specializes in Latino American food, they will actually serve maybe 3 smaller tacos instead of 1 bigger taco. Okay, and that is this size of a taco. These are tortilla chips. These are corn chips, very thin, very light, a little bit spicy, flavored with some lime. These are Mexican style. Totopas, which I think means chips, de maize, which is corn, okay? So anyways, you can buy these at the Giant Eagle too. Very delicious. We're gonna start with the taco because that is like the main attraction, I think, today. So I'm gonna take the corn taco and the flour taco and I'm gonna put them in the pan. And I'm gonna take a street taco too. We're going to toast these up a little bit, just warm them through. You can do this in the toaster oven as well. The only danger with the toaster oven is they start to bubble up, which is delicious, but you have to watch them. They'll burn really fast. These are warmed up nicely. And you don't want to warm up the corn taco too much, I see, because it's starting to kind of like fall apart. All right, so I put the cheese on first. Cheese always first. You know why? It creates a seal. It creates a little seal for the meat juices. So delicious. Now, just like the spring rolls and what I teach when we do sushi maki is we don't need to put too much stuff in. As Americans, we tend to like be, everything's big. All the stuff in the taco will compound. Okay, so it will actually be bigger together as a group than it will separately. So just put a little bit of meat. You don't need to overdo it. I was telling this to middle schoolers yesterday because they kept piling on too much meat and then things were falling out and it wasn't good. I said you'll have a better experience if you don't overload it. Then I like to put the beans on. Some protein, just a couple, different texture. Ground beef with seasoning has a different texture than beans. Nice cool beans. Here's where I add the sour cream. 2 spoons for this so that you can just easily take it out. Did you see that maneuver? Just easily wipe it out like that. You don't need to put a lot, just a little bit. Some people don't do sour cream, that's fine too. Just a little dollop. Okay, a little dollop will do ya. Then the avocado, 1 little piece in each. I'm not gonna overload it. And then tomato, fresh tomato. I'm just gonna use my fingers for this. I'm just gonna put 1 piece in each, or maybe 2 in the bigger one. And a sauce. Okay, so we're gonna put a little bit of taco sauce. You don't need to drown these things, okay? Just put a little tiny stream, little little bump. Okay. I'm an artist, so a lot of the things, the words I say correspond with the pictures in my mind. Put a little salsa. That looks delicious. All right. And one thing, oh, cream sauce. I'm gonna try this Baja sauce just for fun. So when you open up a sauce, you always have to open the inner part. Usually that's easy. If it's not, you have to use a knife, but carefully. I'm just gonna put a little tiny bit of sauce, of this Baja sauce. Not much. Just to see what it's like. And I'm gonna put this out of the way. And there we have 3 tacos right there. I feel like I missed, oh, squeeze of lime. Squeeze of lime. So you just go like this, make sure no seeds are coming out. There you go. Now, Mr. Patrick, would you like to come up here? This is a very cool pro tip. I've given you guys some pro tips today. This is another one. The first pro tip was about cleaning the lettuce and knocking out that little core. The second one was, what was the second one? I forget. But anyways, here's the third one. This is called, here, let's do it with the wheat taco. This corn taco feels like it's going to fall apart. When kids eat tacos, when adults eat tacos, a lot of times they'll fold up a taco like this and they'll go to eat out of one side and then all the stuff will fall out, right? I know you've experienced this. Everybody has experienced this. So what I like to do is, if you can see this, I take the taco, I kind of burrito it up. I fold one side under the other side. And I take a hand, 4 fingers, underneath the whole thing. Okay, and one thumb on top. And I crimp it up a little bit. And this is like a little curling action. So that when you eat it like this, the stuff is heading upward. It doesn't fall out. So that's a pro tip, okay? So you want to try it, Patrick?
4 fingers.
And
a thumb.
Yep, and over
curl it.
Curl it.
And over the plate.
Over the plate.
This is very complicated.
Very nice. Very nice. Now, wait, let's let them chew. Let's let them chew. And then, Patrick, will you give us your opinion on this taco?
You know what's interesting about this taco is that lime juice, like, brightens everything up. Like, I can feel it.
Exactly.
And that's real smooth. It's a very soft texture. All these ingredients are real, like, easy to bite into. It's not, you know.
Yes.
Good.
Excellent. Great.
Good
Thank
job.
you.